Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll review selected races from Saturday, June 3 and Sunday, June 4. This included the start of the Triple Crown Series, which saw some of Jamaica's best native-bred 3-year-olds compete in the 73rd edition of the 1000 and the 2000 Guineas. Let's begin our highlights package with race 3 from Saturday. This was named in honor of the 1988 1000 Guineas champion Who's That Girl? Daddy Jones was a 2-5 favorite for this 3-year-old and up claiming event covering 1600 meters.
For the third, 1 mile the trip. They're off. Rider on the ground. Inspired Miracle has thrown the rider. Also getting off to a poor start, that was Shaboom as they charge away past the 7. Daddy Jones assumes an early lead. Ian Links racing on the outside, so John is running near the rail as they sort themselves out, and Daddy Jones has that lead. So John a length and a tail back and racing in second as they slip past the 6. K-Boy races in between horses. Ian Links toward the outside. Catalina is the one running right against the rail, and a gap opens up to the grey Shaboom with a lot to do. They flash past the 5 and Daddy Jones maintains the lead, so John cutting into it now. It's just 3 parts of a length as they're about to arrive at the half mile and go spinning into the home turn. Catalina asked to close up on the inside, overtaken by Ian Links. K-Boy has a mountain to climb from there and an even higher mountain, Shaboom. They're running up toward the final 3/8 of a mile. They're hooked up on the lead and now Sir John scoots through to get it. Daddy Jones left back in second. Ian Links under the pump now beginning to make gains. Catalina races further back. K-Boy second from the back. And forget Shaboom as they're coming into the lane. And it is Sir John who holds the lead and angles just off the rail. Ian Links asked to close up on the outside. Sir John and Ian Links, they battle for it. That's where the fight is at the moment. In behind them, Daddy Jones now beginning to get closer. Catalina shaken up and asked for everything, but Sir John continues to hold the lead. It's now a length and a half, now 2 lengths. Inside the final 16, it is Sir John being driven out by Uville Park. Ian Links trying to close but can't. Sir John wins by 2 in the end. Ian Links is second, Catalina third, Daddy Jones is fourth.
At odds of 9-2, Sir John clocked 1 minute 41 seconds flat, covering 1600 meters or a mile. Second went to Ian Links, followed by Catalina and Daddy Jones. Race 7 was the second edition of the Distinctly Irish Trophy. This was a 3-year-old and up stakes event. Trainer Jason DaCosta had 4 entries in the field. One of those entries, the in-form I Am Fred, was sent off as a hot even money favorite.
They're off. Almost perfect start. She's My Destiny as expected, shows her speed and goes for that lead. Angling down as they make their way into that clubhouse turn. She's My Destiny off the rail. I Am Fred in the red. Right there against the fence, that's Sistrin Treasure as they've left the mile. She's My Destiny and Sistrin Treasure, they match speed. I Am Fred settled in behind them. King Arthur right alongside almost. Miniature Man races next. They're followed up by Calculus, and Big Daddy trails the field in the Distinctly Irish as they take to the back stretch and now run away toward the 6. She's My Destiny rated on that lead and looking relaxed. Sistrin Treasure racing on the rail 2 lengths down. I Am Fred is also reserved. King Arthur on their outside. Calculus now beginning to edge closer with Miniature Man and a Big Daddy a long way last. They arrive at the 5 and She's My Destiny attempts to go gate to wire with a 4-length advantage. It's held over I Am Fred, King Arthur right alongside. These two make eye contact. Calculus is 2 lengths in behind them. Miniature Man and Abigail Abel now asked to move. Sistrin Treasure has faded back toward the back of the field and Big Daddy remains last. They've left the 7-16. She's My Destiny hunted now by I Am Fred and King Arthur. These two closing the gap as they leave the 3. Miniature Man is some 4.5 lengths off that lead. Calculus now shaken up. Sistrin Treasure trying to renew the challenge, and Big Daddy, although edging closer, remains at the back of the field as I Am Fred up front has now taken charge. She's My Destiny fades. King Arthur asked to kick in on the outside. It's I Am Fred inside the final 3/16th, holding on to that lead. Here is King Arthur now let loose on the outside, but I Am Fred responds to the left-hand stick. It is I Am Fred, a 2-length leader. King Arthur continues to come with a challenge inside the final 16. It's I Am Fred, an action-packed Ray and Lucy's driving him for all he's worth. They get there to win the Distinctly Irish over King Arthur. Then Miniature Man, Sistrin Treasure is fourth.
Another brilliant ride from Ray and Lewis saw I Am Fred outstaying King Arthur to secure the distinctly Irish trophy. I Am Fred covered the 1 mile trip in 1 minute, 55 and 4/5 of a second.
I just get a good break position because I want quite a few races on him. So I know that she's my destiny will be on the lead. So I just sit in a comfortable pace and take it from the tree further.
Early on, obviously, it's a tight run to the first bend. It looked like She's My Destiny was going to get across pretty easy, and then one kicked up, and you must have just been saying happy days when that happened.
Yes, a space was on the rail, you know, so I decided to just take that and ask him from there, and he gave me everything, and I'm thankful.
I Am Fred, airborne. How's he feeling under you? He looks like he's holding his condition beautifully. The form horse at Caymanas, arguably, at the moment.
Yes, well, he's a good horse, you know, and he's keeping it going. All we have to just pray for that he keeps on throughout the season.
Lovely, well done. You've got Bootylicious, you've got a couple of good rides coming up, Bootylicious and Empress Links. How are you feeling about Bootylicious going into the Guineas?
Well, she's a nice horse, you know. Was carrying the weight for them in the last race. So I'm expecting a good run from her today.
And can you bring it home on Empress Links in the last?
Well, I'm coming to do that.
Race 8 was the eagerly anticipated 1,000 guineas. It saw 12 of the island's best native-bred 3-year-old fillies competing over 1,600 meters, or a mile. Talita, winner of the Portmore Stakes, was sent off as a 1-5 favorite.
Starter ready? 1 mile the trip, they're off for the 1,000 guineas. Gally Links and Bella a bit slowly out. Talita got a good start with Acknowledge Me showing speed. Mamma Mia is also running quickly in the early stages as we have a tight group of horses all bunched up on the run toward the 6. They make the way now toward the 6, and it's a Mamma Mia. Essential Quality has moved up quickly. Acknowledge Me and Talita, these in a very tight cluster. Bootylicious waiting in behind them, running in their slipstream as they head away toward the 5. Natural Dancer is 5 lengths in behind, joined by Wayne's Princess, a gap to All for Love. She's my hedge fund in the green. A Bella in the blue races ahead of Gally Links. And at the back of the field, it's Brown Skin Girl. As they charge up toward the half mile, the tempo should now increase. Mamma Mia tackled now by stablemate Talita. These two going at it, and now Talita points over Mamma Mia as they leave the 7/16th. Bootylicious asked to close the gap, along with Acknowledge Me fading back into 4th. A gap opens up to Essential Quality. Then Wayne's Princess joined by All for Love. She's My Hedge Fund races up next. Gally Links is there. Natural Dancer and Brown Skin Girl now begins her late run, and Bella at the back, but they've turned for home in the Guineas. Talita on the outside. Stablemate Mamma Mia not giving an inch down against the rail, but Talita looks to have a slim lead. Mamma Mia continues the battle over against the rail. They drive toward the furlong pole. It's an old Jason DaCosta affair. On the inside it is Mamma Mia. On the outside Talita. Mamma Mia now looks to be gaining the upper hand, driven by Philip Parchment. This is the 1,000 guineas, and Mamma Mia upsets Talita to win it. All for Love has finished in 3rd. Gally Links is 4th, close between She's My Hedge Fund and Bootylicious.
Repelling the challenge of stablemate Talita, Mamma Mia, with the bustling Philip Parchment aboard, clocked 1 minute, 39 seconds flat to secure the 49th edition of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas and hand trainer Jason DaCosta a 1-2 finish.
When I saw the pace was pretty easy, you know. I always thought if Mamma Mia got an easy lead, it should be really tough because she's always been a class horse, and she's had her little issues, and I think we finally figured her out now. So you know, she has tons of ability. So.
Well, we'll fast forward from the start of the race to when the field separated and turned for home. You do have the 2's-on favourite in Talita that's just cruising up inside it. Stopping the race at the 500, 400 metre mark, turning for home. It was one horse, wasn't it? Talita.
Yeah, it looked like Talita was going to blow by and win easy, but Mamma Mia really dug in deep, and you know, both of them did tremendously well because they beat the rest of the field pretty good. So both of them ran their hearts out, and you know, I'm very happy with how both fillies ran.
I'm going a furlong longer this time, so my strategy going into the race was different today. So the plan was to break, go half a length or a length and regulator from there. But coming across the 7 furlong, I saw Acknowledge Me and another horse came outside, which I know never have any chance. So I just backed up a little bit, let them run the first 4 or 5 furlong, and then went back through and we get it from there.
Well, I tell you what, whatever you did worked. What were you thinking coming from home? Because I reckon everyone in the stands thought Thalita was going to go on and win by 100 lengths. What are you thinking when Thalita sort of cruises up to you, approaching the turn? How are you feeling?
Thalita came up on the outside. After that, underneath me. A lot of horse. And I know that Thalita came too early for me.
Yep.
So I know that he wasn't going to beat me. Because he came for me too early.
Lovely,
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
And you've conserved the energy early, and you found it on the line. The big question is now stepping up in distance. How do you feel Mamma Mia might go up in trip as we get closer to the big ones?
Well,
Being the big one.
definitely she showed that she not only can lead,
Yep.
she can hold up and come off the pace. So that's a plus.
Race 9 was the final event on Saturday's 1000 Guineas Day. This was a maiden special weight event for native-bred 3-year-old fillies. Glittering Star and Nuclear Chaser were both late non-starters.
They're off and racing, a very good line. Right on the outside, that is the Love of God. The Love of God right against the rail, that's She's a Mirage. In between horses, that's Lady Ramdalari. As they head toward the 4 furlong point, She's a Mirage and God of Love mixing it up. Left out of in third, that's Lady Ramdalari. Veliki Vicky comes next as they pass the 4. Xylophonic Steel is next. Then comes Empress Link. Answer My Prayers comes next as they come towards the 3. It is in front. She's a Mirage, skipping away by 2, maybe 2.5 lengths from the Love of God racing in second. Veliki Vicky is right there in third. Empress Links begins to make progress and begins to come forward. They're at the top of the lane, and it's She's a Mirage in front. The Love of God still fighting on. Also coming on, that's Empress Link. She's a Mirage is in front and traveling nicely. God of Love is right there too. The Love of God is right there too. But She's a Mirage in front and doesn't look for catching today. But the Love of God begins to cut into that lead. She's a Mirage in front. The Love of God is still trying, but it's getting late. She's a Mirage goes on to win by about 4. The Love of God is second. Kiviki is third. Empress Link is fourth. It got tight for fifth between Xylophonic Steel and Answer My Prayers.
Anthony Allen completed his second win of the day by piloting She's a Mirage in the nightcap on Saturday. She's a Mirage clocked 1 minute, 9 3/5 of a second, covering 1100 meters. So, a fabulous day of racing concluded with trainer Jason Acosta securing 3 wins, including that massive victory in the 1000 Guineas by Mamma Mia. Informed jockey Ryan Lewis ended Saturday's race day with 2 victories, while apprentice Richard Bird secured his first ever career win at Caymanas Park. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. When we return, we'll review the highlights from Sunday, June 4. This included the 49th running of the 2000 Guineas, which had fans thirsting for another shot of mojito. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. It's time to turn our attention to the highlights from Sunday, June 4. This included the 49th edition of the 2000 Guineas, a Grade 1 event for native-bred colts and geldings over 1600 meters. Let's begin Sunday's highlights package with Race 4. The field was reduced to 6 for this event, which saw the one-horse Pip being a late non-starter. Inspire Force, the mount of Ryan Lewis, was a 9-5 favorite.
All in when they're ready for a start. Often racing. Platinum Force steps a bit slow and is left at the back of the field early. Legit Boss takes command and now goes to lead. Volatility rushing around to join. So Volatility just the leader. From Legit Boss settled back in second, right there in third. That's KP Choice. 2 lengths away to GT Boy and the 2 stable companion are overtaking that Inspire Force and the Platinum Force. GT Boy relegated at the back of the field. They head past the 3 and it is Volatility taking KP Choice along. Just about a half a length right there on the rail. That's Legit Boss. 2 lengths away to the chasing pair of Inspire Force and the Platinum Force. Still at the back, GT Boy. They're at the top of the lane and it is now hitting the front. It's Legit Boss in front and traveling well. Legit Boss, KP Choice trying to get to Legit Boss. Legit Boss not quitting. They're coming to the furlong pole. Legit Boss in front, about 2 lengths in front of KP Choice coming up the rail. That's Inspire Force beginning to really fly. Inspire Force, Legit Boss, Inspire Force in front, and Inspire Force beats Legit Boss. Then comes KP Choice, Platinum Force, Volatility, and a GT Boy.
Inspire Force justified the favourites tag to win by 3/4 of a length. Legit Boss, KP Choice and Platinum Force rounded off the top 3.
I felt pretty good about him, but he doesn't put up much effort, so we weren't quite sure what he would do.
For the horse you just mentioned, doesn't put up much effort, what tricks can you do as a trainer to get that effort?
Give him time and maturity.
Time and maturity, you reckon that's the key to it? Obviously a little bit of a sort of a minor stakes race there today. What are the hopes and dreams for Inspire Force going forward?
As he goes along, he should get better and better, going on a little further distance aground.
Lovely. So is it a case of thinking, getting through this preparation, putting him out and then seeing the best of him next time?
Oh, definitely. But as I said, he puts out no effort.
This horse is a run-on sprinter, you know. You have 3 speed horse in the race. I just get him out and put him closer as possible, ask him for the last quarter, and he gave me what he have.
The trainer wasn't overly complimentary of Inspire Force. He said he doesn't try too hard. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, he's a good horse, you know, but Inspire is the better one. And Inspire came to run today, and we are victorious.
Philip was saying that he thinks a bit of maturity is going to help the horse. Is that how you feel when he's underneath you?
Yes, that is true. Sometimes most of the horses take a time to develop, and he's showing that now that he have developed and he's running quite well.
The day's 8th event was a 49th edition of the 2000 Guineas. A field of 9 competed over 1,600 meters, with Richard Azan's 1-9 entry Mojito poised to deliver another intoxicating performance.
For the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, 1 mile the trip. They're off for the Guineas. Sensational Move just came out a bit slow. Mojito races with the back of the field early. Awesome Anthony in the black cap takes off quickly. Ability is showing some speed along with a Burning Valor as they go flashing past the 7. They're settling down as they make their way down the back stretch and head toward the final 6. Awesome Anthony the leader, Ability right there with Burning Valor. Mojito now has made a big move and closing in on them as they race past the 6. Burning Valor fades back into 4th. Rhythm Buzz is racing just in between horses. Sensational Move runs the rail. Secret Admiral racing in behind horses. Money Miser has made progress and begins to pick off runners. And at the back of the field, it is a Whiz Kid. Just about a half a mile remaining in the Guineas. And the fleet-footed Mojito has been sent to that lead and slips away by some 3 lengths. Ability trying to chase as they leave the 7/16. Awesome Anthony is right there in the 3rd. Money Miser now beginning to go down as they leave the 3/8 pole. Sensational Move races up with Rhythm Buzz. A break back to Secret Admiral and a Burning Valor, the Carl Anderson team. And at the back remains Whiz Kid. But out in front, it's Mojito turning for home in the 2000 Guineas. And Richard Azan's Missile has been let loose. The rider having a look behind him, and it is all Mojito beginning to run away from them. It is Mojito and Dane Dawkins in charge in the 2000 Guineas. Mojito is a big one. He's sending a message for the rest of the classics. Could I take the Triple Crown? And he sure could. Mojito has trampled the field and destroys them. Money Miser is 2nd. Ability is 3rd. Close between Rhythm Buzz and Sensational Move.
Another brilliant performance by Richard Azan's Grey Colt saw him blitzing the field to win by a massive 12.5 lengths. Partnered by champion trainer Dane Dawkins, Mojito's winning time was clocked at 1 minute, 37 and 2/5 of a second.
I said he's one of the best because I have trained really good horses and now he ranks there, right with them.
Lovely, cool. Racing's never easy, Richard. What did you think at the start? Obviously, he's been an on-pace horse and then he's back. You know, depending on how the view was, 2nd, 3rd, last, getting a little bit of a half a check. What did you think in the first 100?
You know, I was a little worried, but you know, the jockey seems to do, he knows the horse really well. I was really surprised that he went so quickly to the lead. but then he relaxed after that, and then, you know, the rest was history.
It really, I mean, I know as punters and as trainers, we're very good grandstand jockeys, but yeah, as you said, the fact that he was being able to get that run easily and then get to the front, but then not really exert to get there, as a grandstand jockey, that must have made you relax a little bit.
Oh yes, you know, I got really worried, but then as I saw him go to the lead and then I saw the jockey relaxed, then I started to relax.
Race 9 was named in honor of the 2020 2000 Guineas winner Wow Wow. It saw 10 entries competing over 900 meters or 4.5 furlongs.
They've settled. They're off and racing. Mrs. Linders gets a flyer in the middle. Also on the far side, that's Richie Rich tacks across right away. Princess Aquila is right there too. Blinking Light is early on the premises on the near side. So too Great Commander, but it is Blinking Light and Mrs. Linders. Also there, that's Richie Rich. That's where the action is at the moment. As they come onto the racetrack proper, it is Blinking Light in front, just the leader from, here comes Mrs. Linders. Great Commander is also on the premises. These three are spread right across the track. Blinking Light could still have the overall lead. Over on the far side, Mrs. Linders, Great Commander trying to get a punch in, but it is Blinking Light. Begins to shine brightly here at Caymanas Park. Blinking Light begins to put this one to bed. Blinking Light by about 6 lengths in front of Great Commander. Running on for third, that's Power From Above. Got tied for fourth between Richie Rich and Mrs. Linders.
At odds of 72, Blinking Light delivered a 6-length victory. Partnered by rider Anthony Allen for trainer Gary Griffiths, Blinking Light clocked 54 1/5 of a second, covering 900 meters. Sunday's nightcap was a 3-year-old and up overnight's allowance contest. 11 faced the starter covering 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs straight.
They're off and racing. Basilicus gets a nice start in the middle. Breaking smartly on the far side and coming right across, that is Lure of Lucy. Also there, that's Luxel. Yellowstone is quite prominent in the middle. Baton Rouge is right there too. They're spread right across the track, but Lure of Lucy, Baton Rouge. Atonement is also on the far side, right in the middle. That's Yellowstone and Luxor. So they're spread right across the track, coming to the 2 furlong point, and Yellowstone might just have the overall lead. Luxor is right there too. Yellowstone in front of Luxor. Lure of Lucy and Atonement chasing. Yellowstone showing these a clean pair of heels. It's Yellowstone in front and begins to pull away. Luxor still fighting on. Lure of Lucy still coming on too. Generational Middle begins to find late footing, but this Yellowstone is not for catching today. No, not today. Maybe another day. Yellowstone begins to pour it on in the end. Yellowstone by about 5 lengths in front of Lure of Lucy. Looks to be Luxor, Generational, and Green Gold Rush in a photo for third.
At even money odds, Yellowstone, partnered by Anthony Thomas for trainer Alfred Brown, completed victory by 4 lengths. Yellowstone's winning time was logged at 59 seconds flat. As we bring the curtains down on another thrilling weekend of racing, trainer Jason DaCosta was left celebrating a 1-2 finish in the 1,000 Guineas. Meanwhile, on Sunday, racing fans were left to enjoy a splash of mojito as Richard Azan's impressive grey colt blitzed the field to land the 2,000 Guineas. That's it for another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.